This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side.
Everyone from the Salford Sports Centre, in which coverage is hopefully going to be brought to you from and Lancaster, but as a slight altercation due to lateness, it appears Lancaster, well, they're not here right now. They are not here right now. We were expecting University of Salford versus University of Lancaster to tip off at 7 this evening. It's about 28 past 7 right now. Still no sign of Lancaster. We've received some messages that they are still running late, apparently a lot of traffic. But still, at the moment, what I'm being told is when the clock hits 7:30, this game will be a forfeit and Salford will come away with their 5th victory so far in the campaign. I mean, last time they did face Lancaster, they have faced already this season. Away from home, Salford did win by 7, and they've won their last 4. In fact, a win against Sheffield College as well by 7 in that game too. Over 100 points scored by both teams, so a high-scoring fixture. We were hoping for some high-scoring points today, as Salford are only missing one player in Niall. A full squad they've got. But as it stands, we're currently still waiting on Lancaster, and it's about a minute and a half, a minute or so on the clock. That clock has struck 3 from the wide shot. I can see the players are still going through their warm-ups. They've been warming up for what seems like an eternity at the minute. Strong side that Salford had. Cedric, captain today, he's still out there warming up. Wisdom, Philip, Destiny, Mahmood. And also, I need to mention this, the last commentary we did, I was getting a name completely wrong. I was calling Ovid Davide. You have to forgive me. I've sent the team sheet. We assume the players with the numbers they are coordinating with, and I can understand that Davide has taken a little bit of stick from the basketball team for that. Ovid, I will call you by your name correctly. Niall, of course, who is the only name out today. Warren, Jack, Alan, Ethan, and Alarize as well. So the clock has nearly struck 30, and I think by that point we could be seeing a forfeit. Lancaster, who have lost 3 times already this season, their only win coming against John Moore's 3rd team in their previous fixture. They did thump them in that tie, winning by 43. So they've lost every other game in the Northern Tier 2. They have said they were running late. Just a matter of time at the minute until we get a final result, if this will be a cancellation. You can see there's a few spectators already here. The officials are down by the baseline, by the touchline, just ready to go, essentially. I was chatting to the referee from the Basketball England, and he was saying, you know, technically, if they were going off of Basketball England rules, it would be from quarter past that Salford could accept a 2-point victory. But they gave them till half past, and the clock has struck half past, so awaiting on news. The players are still warming up. Coach Adrian has just walked by, and I don't know what he's currently signaling to a few of his players, 2, 3. We're just still waiting for news, but no, we were hoping for a good tie here, but as it looks like the players just are still waiting confirmation. We're still just waiting news. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Lancaster. Their last game they lost to Liverpool by, well, not their last game, sorry, but one of their games they did lose to Liverpool by 6, who Salford faced on their first game. That was our first commentary on the University of Salford, as they won by 21 against Liverpool. So if you want to base them off of previous fixtures against other sides, Salford convincingly beat Liverpool in the end. That game can find on YouTube on Memrisika. Type in University of Salford versus University of Liverpool. Commentary from us and coverage from Memrisika. Of course, all coverage tonight from the Shock Radio team. We're broadcasting live on Shock Extra. So if you are joining us, thank you for joining us. And we do hope we can bring you a game, but the clock continues to tick and still no sign of Lancaster. We can talk a little bit about Salford as well. Their next game after this one, fingers crossed this does get played, is against the Manchester Metropolitan 3. So a bit of a local derby in that one. It is a cup game as well. And given they've already beaten Sheffield College before, I think it'd be a bit more of an easier tie in this next round of the competition. And talking about that Sheffield College game, how entertaining it was. I was just talking to a few of the players and a few of the officials down there, and it was Salford were once ahead in that game by 21. And sure enough, it ended. The final score 88-88. It went all the way to overtime, and Salford came out victorious in the end. And I can just see on the court now, players have come out come round in a circle. Be interested to see what is being said there, but the clock is now 2 minutes past the deadline. It's going to be interesting what will happen. We got as I was saying, there's a lot of people already down here, so we were expecting this game to go ahead 32 minutes ago, but Lancaster still no sign. Talking of Salford, lots of like I was saying, nearly a full strength side today. We were talking last game about Wisdom, and I think we gave him our player of the match. He was a stellar performance in his offensive rebounds and his defensive rebounds as well. Really, really good performance from him. We didn't see much of Cedric in that Liverpool game, but whenever he did come onto the pitch, because he was onto the court, when he was back and forth, always made an impact. Ovid, making sure I get it correctly, really good performance as well. His threes were really, really solid. Jack as well. Jack, who I spoke to Coach Adrian post-match. I mentioned Jack and the work that he did, and really good at winning the ball in tight positions. His interceptions really were second to none in the fixture, and it was a convincing victory by 21 in the end against Liverpool. And we're hoping for a tie. As you can tell, we're still waiting for news. Of course, last time we did have this Salford cheerleading squad down at the fixture. They've been down at all previous fixtures, but not down tonight because of Salford City, who are playing. And on the Shot Radio Sport Instagram can see any updates from that fixture. But we are still hoping for Lancaster to arrive. You can just see Coach Adrian talking to the officials down there. You can just see one of the officials in black, by the way. First time he is doing the scoreboard, so best of luck to him. Of course, the gentleman in red, regular with the officiating here down at the Salford Sports Centre. And of course, Salford do have plenty of home fixtures up and coming. Just go and have a look quickly at the fixtures guide. Of course, this game against Lancaster, men's ones, and next game against Manchester, men's threes in the cup. And then after that, Man Met again at home in the Northern Tier 2. So Salford will be at home again, and if they continue this streak, that'll be 6 unbeaten should they take the forfeit victory against Lancaster today. Then it's Leeds Beckett's ones. That might prove a difficult tie on Wednesday the 7th of December, and then we break up for Christmas. So a couple more home ties up and coming for Salford past this one. But once again, we still await Lancaster. They're 5 minutes past the deadline now. Players just going through some free throws now, just still going through their warm-ups, still going through their paces, and we will wait and see. We'll be back with you in just a short moment.
This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra, Shock's cheeky visual side. This is Shock Extra.
So we have a game. We have a game. Lancaster have arrived, and I got informed to my to my left that would you believe it? This will entertain you. Lancaster went 12 minutes in the wrong direction and then 12 minutes back in the right direction. So they are finally here, and I can bring you a team sheet for Lancaster right now. Cameron Roth, the number 4, which you'll see on your right there. They're just doing that final huddle. Very quick warm-up from Lancaster, as you can imagine. Yanko Sangway as well, the number 7. Guillermo, the number 8. Rares, the number 9. Button, the number 10. Max Fasolo, the number 12. William Hanna, the number 13. Charlie Lewis, the number 14. Sam Carlos, the number 15. 16 is Joe Colita. 17, Jake Goff. And 18, Jeremy. And the players just going through their bit of a handshake. We are very pleased to finally get this game underway in 5 seconds time. First 5 out for Salford. Looks to be the likes of Philip, Wisdom, Ovid, Destiny, and Jack as well. And Jack, who I was saying just in the preview there, going to be one to look out for, as finally we can get this game underway. Wisdom back to Ovid, and Salford can now get in possession of the ball. As I said, Salford have played Lancaster already this season. They won by 7 away from home in that fixture, and Lancaster straight off the bus and straight into their first attack of the game, and I believe they've won themselves a foul and 2 free throws. My apologies. 2 from the byline. Looked like he was given a couple free throws, but we'll move on. Up for 3 now. Decent opportunity. Ovid out to Philip now, into the centre where Wisdom just missing the target. Got a feel for Lancaster a little bit. They come straight into this game, no warm-up whatsoever. I guess when you're nearly 40 minutes late for a tie, it's lucky to even be playing it. Wisdom switches the play over to Ovid for 3. Still, we get to see the first points in this game. There's the offensive rebound gathered 2 times by Lancaster. Foul called. Now Lancaster have a chance to get the first points in this fixture from Sam Carlos. Not as much noise as the Liverpool fixture. If we remember, we had the whole cheerleading squad and huge attendance really putting off the free thrower, but Sam Carlos misses both his free throws and still we're yet to see a point. Coming forward now is Destiny. Philip. Salford moving the ball well. Foul called. Blocking off Ovid's run. Philip out to Destiny on this near side, looking to create half a yard of space, but he's been intercepted. Now here come Lancaster. Good little interchange there. And with a couple of bounces on the rim, we finally see our first points of the game. As Lancaster take the lead, and instantly Coach Adrian looks to his bench and pours it, points straight at Warren to get himself ready. Jack now for trying to get Salford back in it, trying to get Salford some points and defensive rebounds. Lancaster have done okay so far. Slight kick there. And we're seeing our first change already. Warren coming on for Destiny. Nearly a quarter of the way through this first quarter. Still lots of options on the Salford bench as well. Likes of Cedric on there, as well as Mahmood. Wisdom wins the defensive rebound, and now here comes Ovid. You know what he's like with them driving runs. Sets it back to Wisdom for three. Still yet to see any points for Salford. Maybe too much warming up for Salford. Good pressure by Philip. Jack now with two around him, and got to say Lancaster have started this game relatively well, and here comes Guillermo. We've had a timeout called, our first timeout of the game. A relatively shaky start for Salford. Given we're 3 minutes in, we're still yet to see a point from them. We're expecting a high-scoring game from Salford. We were after they scored over 100 points in their last fixture, 107 against Sheffield College, 88 in normal time. So we were expecting a few more points given we're 3 minutes into the first quarter, but we're still waiting. I think Adrian is just going through some tactics with his players now. As for Lancaster, well, given their lack of preparation, they've done relatively decent already. You can just see Coach Adrian on your screen just going through them last-minute talks. He wants his side to be a bit more aggressive, maybe. Take the game to Lancaster, and 2 hoots of the klaxon, and ready to get this game back underway. Well, as I was saying with Lancaster, they've lost 3 of their 4 games so far this season. They haven't won in the Northern Tier 2, so should they win today, that will be a result against the cards. Of course, they did win convincingly last time against Liverpool John Moore's second team, winning that game by 43 points. Now here comes Jack, sending it to Wisdom, trying to get the layup there, and another foul called. Slight confusion there from Warren. As I was saying, yeah, winning that game 39-82, so a real thumping by Lancaster. They would be an absolute dreamland if they repeated anything to that measure today. And there's Set up for 3 there by Barter. Jack now moving forward. Bit of space on that left-hand side for Warren, but a decent interception by Barter. Still, we wait our first Salford points. Warren to Jack. Jack, Philip. It's a difficult angle, but Wisdom makes it pay, and that is 2-2 now. I think it would be inevitable. We were expecting Wisdom to get some points, was our MVP for the game we last covered. And we know the impact he has with his frame and his height. And he's just done well defensively there as well. And Ovid has the opportunity for 2. And doesn't take it. Jack now. Over to Ovid. Does well to evade a couple challenges. It's a bit messy in the middle, but Lancaster come away with it. Lancaster have done well defensively so far. Out on this left-hand side now with Barter in the middle of the court. Does well, Barter. Sets up a nice layup. Put to Lancaster. Back with their 2-point lead. We're halfway through the first quarter now. Very low scoring quarter indeed. Philip, Wisdom. Jack, Philip, nice move. Wisdom with the offensive rebound. Ties the game. Few cheers from the Salford crowd, using that home advantage to their favour. Travel called against Lancaster's number 8, Guillermo. We're seeing a couple changes as well. Guillermo makes way. So does Jake Goff, to the disappointment of that he's displaying to his coach, and Wisdom continues to score well. 6 points already for Wisdom. Only point scorer for Salford in this tie so far. Setting up for 3 there. And it's a Salford ball. Jack now out on this right-hand side, sorry, Wisdom. Lovely play by Wisdom to set up Warren, and Salford now are coming into their own in this first quarter. They're starting to find their form, starting to find their feet. Decent play though this by Lancaster, moving the ball very nicely. And they get a result, they get the result out of it. Nice play by Botan Barter. Ovid. Now with Jack for 3. Get the offensive rebound though, and once again, Jack makes a move into the middle. There's Philip, and just got his shot wrong there. Wisdom not wanting to give away a foul, and sure enough, it's a forced error. Mahmood is making his first introduction of the game for Salford in replace of Philip. Spoke to Philip before the game, and he was telling me he's hoping for a win, but knowing to not take anything easy. Mahmood now with Ovid. Warren now trying to create a bit of space into Wisdom. Decent little nick of interception. Jack, lovely ball in by Jack. That is great play. And Wisdom continues his mark. Lancaster come forward now. Decent screen there by Sam Carles. Gets himself on the ball as well. He's never going to win that rebound though against Wisdom. Don't think many players in the game will. And Wisdom once again, the real difference maker in this game so far. I believe that's 10 points for Wisdom just in this first quarter, as Salford have a convincing 6-point lead now. Started this game slowly, but have really grown into it. Wisdom trying to do some work defensively. Sure enough, come away with a Salford possession. Once again, a couple more changes for Lancaster. Jake Goff is back onto the pitch, probably to his pleasure now, after showing some displeasure being subbed off. Ovid, Jack, Wisdom, Mahmood for three. And we haven't seen the three-pointer yet from either side. Decent play down that left-hand side. Lancaster ball. It was William Hanna. Good little knock there by Warren. It's still a Lancaster ball with 1:38 left on the clock. Referee just having a word with Ovid and Janko. Great play there by Wisdom, doing his work defensively as well. Coach Adrian there just on the touchline for Salford, just telling his players just to calm down a little bit, ease their attacks. No rush now. Well, they have a convincing 6-point lead going in towards the end of this first quarter. Sam Carlos. There's another travel given against Lancaster, and you can see Lancaster's coach frustrated, giving away possession very cheaply. Ovid now with that driving run of his. Decent swivel and a decent shot and a decent point as well, as Warren makes it a gap of 8 into the last minute now of this first quarter. Decent spin and shot as well. Lancaster having so many bites of the cherry. There's for 3. Salford really need to get these defensive rebounds. Eventually Jack does come away with the ball. Jack on this right-hand side uses Ovid. Good little nick in the middle there. Great play by Ovid. Saw what was going to happen, just let the ball run out of play. Very composed. Seconds left on the clock. The official in red on the touchline, already with the klaxon ready in hand. Mahmood with a nice step and shot. Lancaster come away with the ball now. Just going to make sure they get the block in, do Salford. Great play though by Wisdom to come away with the ball. And that is the end of the first quarter. Well, a low scoring quarter to begin with. I think that is pretty safe to say, but Salford really came into their own, and with Salford we're really talking Wisdom in that first quarter. 10 points I counted out of the 14 Salford have scored so far, the difference maker in this tie. And usually Salford would have 2 of them physical prowesses, but they are without Niall today, so Wisdom may have to do overtime, may have to do an extra shift in terms of the minutes he'll be playing. Usually where it's usually a straight swap, Wisdom for Niall. But Wisdom might have to do the extra yards today as the coaches just go through their team talks. As for Lancaster, well, given they've just come straight off the coach, had the lead for a couple of points in that game. Scored the first couple of points in the game. Took another 2-point lead, and then by the time Wisdom started to grow into the game and Salford started to grow into the game, then they really stepped it up another level. So heading into the second quarter, in about 40 seconds time. Referee just going over a few bits with the officials. Decent work, can I say, by the man in black, as I was said in the preview. First time he's doing the scoreboard and everything, so credit to him. He's kept it up to speed so far. But we are still yet to see a three-pointer in this game, you know, even scoreline. Few three-pointer attempts, but every single time it just seems to be hitting the rim before. It doesn't even seem to be reaching the backboard at the minute. So maybe that's something that the two coaches will be saying, maybe a little bit more of a risk, maybe trying to be a bit more clinical with their three pointers, maybe with the free throws as well. Lancaster had 2 at the start of the game. Can't remember who took it. I think it was Sam Carlos that took it. Could be wrong with that. But they had a couple of opportunities to take the lead, and both times missed. So play resumes as we get ready for this second quarter. Lancaster in possession, attacking from left to right. Option on the edge of D, and that's good play by Joe Collitter. Getting the 2 points. Now here comes Jack, stepping inside and sure enough getting his own rebound. Really good play by Jack. Mahmood is to his left. He tries to find Wisdom, but that pass was read, and that might be something that the Lancaster coach has said to his players. Look out for that number 12. He seems to be the one causing the problems. I believe that was a foul called against Wisdom. And as I mentioned, just in that summary, while we waited for the second quarter to begin, we're looking for free throws to be a little bit more clinical. And Rares has the opportunity to do that. This time he takes his first one, got another opportunity to shorten the gap to 4. And he does so successfully. Really good play by Rares. Had a good start in this second quarter for Lancaster. Already closed the gap by 4 in just under a minute. Jack now to Wisdom. Wisdom using his body well, being intercepted. And now here come Lancaster. Lovely swivel and play. Keeps possession well too. And it's a bit of a scramble. And there's a travel called against Jake Goff. And you can see Lancaster's coach on the touchline complaining to the official. Soon understanding that it was a travel. Warren to get the play restarted now with Jack down the centre of the court. Finds it to, I think the pass was intended for Mahmood, but Wisdom is so tall he can pick it up while it's in the air. Now Lancaster come forward with Guillermo. Trying to play out wide, but well intercepted by Ovid. And we already know the outcome when he's on these surging runs. It's another 2-pointer. No real stopping Ovid when he is driving at you with that kind of pace and venom. For 3. That's what I mean with the 3-pointers at the minute. Just lacking that clinical edge. I think Coach Adrian might be pleased with some parts of his team's game so far, but maybe 1 or 2 points, maybe just something there with Mahmood stepping out of play. Referee just instructing to the officials what his call was, and we're going to see the introduction of Alreza, I think, as well in a moment. Of it being screened, which gives the opportunity for the 3, and there is our first 3. Had a feeling it would be Rares after seeing his free throws, and now this gap is just 3 points between these two sides. Not much between them now. Ovid, Wisdom, driving into the area. Look at that strength of Wisdom, trying to get his rebound too. And sure enough, he does so successfully and wins a free throw too. That's great play by Wisdom. Ovid makes way as Wisdom has the opportunity to extend the gap to 6. And he does so successfully. And any little scare that Salford might be having, they soon find a way to reply. Stepping inside now for Lancaster. Travel called. And it's a Lancaster ball. Not even 3 minutes played in this quarter, and we've already seen many more points than what we did at this stage compared to the last one. Driving into the area now, but that's a good interception. A foul called against Joe Collitta, who did get the scoring started in this second quarter. Alriza to take. Got options left and right. Mahmood to his left, Jack to his right. Goes down the centre instead and finds Warren Wisdom with using that offensive rebound power, and decent play by Lancaster. It took all three of them to eventually get the ball off Wisdom. Lovely play on that byline, and nearly another three-pointer. They got Rares behind. Makes a move inside. Done well to retain possession, did Lancaster. And now here they come forward. That's a nice two-pointer by Guillermo. Wisdom. Back to Jack. Mahmood for three. And still Salford haven't quite made a three-pointer just yet. Been a much more entertaining quarter though, this one. And now once again, you can't give Rares time because he will take them chances, and that's his second three of the game. Coach Adrian might be talking to his players at half-time, saying make sure you close down that number 9 of Lancaster's. Now another chance for Salford. That's a nice two-pointer scored by Alariza, one of his first moments in the game. Sure enough, there is another moment for him, blocking off the run of Rares. And sure enough, we do have some cheerleaders down on the touchline. We were saying we were expecting a few more, but we've got at least 2 of them. Well, that is good to see, to support the team, as we have just seen a timeout be called. It has been an entertaining quarter, this one. Much more high scoring, 22-18, only 4 points in it. Salford up by 4. Lancaster haven't taken the lead in the second quarter. As you can just see there, the cheerleaders on show. When the Liverpool versus Salford game was here, it was a good 40-50 cheerleaders, but for this Salford versus Lancaster game, we do have at least some. So we got some support for Salford. A few other spectators here on the balcony with us as well, as we enjoyed this game. Just first klaxon, waiting for the double klaxon. Still 5 minutes 38 left in this second quarter. So still this could really go either way, maybe towards the end of it. If Rares continues to get these threes, or Lancaster finds some form going with them 2-pointers, then this tie could become a little bit more equal. As you can see, the 2 that continue to stay on the field, Jack and Wisdom. The others shifting between. We still haven't seen the introduction of Cedric just yet. There's a charging run by Rares, and they get the offensive rebound as well, but Wisdom eventually finds that defensively. Now Salford come forward. And a slight complaint from Cameron Roth is soon met by an apology. Alariza on the byline. Out to Jack now. A reason for three. Good play by Warren, keeping possession going. Wisdom now. Jack. Fake to three. Still trying to find half a yard. Wisdom intercepted. That's an overhit ball. And there's some frustration there on Max Fasolo. No, that ball should be a bit better. Intercepted, out for a Salford ball. Warren's got a lot of space on this left-hand side, just off your screen. A lot of space. Next to Jack. Jack now in possession. Mahmood. Jack once again. Not setting himself, but setting himself this time, but just got his angles slightly wrong. To the delight of the Lancaster bench. I believe Philip is going to come on to the area of play. Now it's Mahmood driving forward, and Salford had slight an overload for a moment and nearly made it count. It's been a slow start since that timeout. Max tried to play it down the byline, but I'm going to see a couple of changes. That's Warren coming off for Philip, and Cameron Ruff departing the field of play as well for Lancaster. Philip with the interception. Rares, always a danger for Lancaster. Once again, Rares for three. And he nearly makes it again. They've made the offensive rebound too, and that's unlucky for Sam Carlos. Travel called, and Mahmood gives possession away cheaply. Max Fasolo is just departing the area of play. There's a good opportunity now, and nicely done by Botan Barta, and this gap is now only two. Philip now nearly getting an opportunity. Rares. Good play by Barta, and there's the offensive rebound. Here comes Wisdom. We haven't seen much of him since the timeout. Plays out to Jack. Wisdom really wanting to get onto the ball. His pass is just misplaced. You can just see Coach Adrian, just any sort of nerves, just settle. That's with Guillermo. The cheerleaders wanting Salford to do well with only 3 minutes to play, and there's a bit of a tame effort by Jeremy. My apologies, by Barta. Jack now out wide. Mahmood is the switch. Warren is behind, instead goes alone. See a couple of changes for Lancaster. Yanko Sagu enters the court, and Salford have an opportunity now. Wisdom, easy as you like. I was just saying that we haven't seen much of Wisdom since that timeout. But as soon as I say it, Wisdom delivers. And there he is once again, now driving forward. It's Wisdom. Should I have even spoke? Absolutely brilliant by Wisdom. A great response by Lancaster. And now this game has really livened up. Here comes Jack. Mahmood. setting it up for two, gets the two. Suddenly we've had a flurry of points. Jack being screened, trying to find a way past Wisdom. That's always going to be difficult to do. And it's played in behind now, just can't keep the ball in play. And a timeout called, and no wonder a timeout was called. Salford just started to gain a real edge of momentum, and Wisdom with the slam dunk. Thoroughly entertaining stuff. There's for something for the highlights reel for later. Well, what an entertaining second quarter this has been. We're on to our second timeout of this quarter. Salford currently leading by 6. It's 28-22, and Lancaster's coach is absolutely furious at his players. Really letting them know his thoughts. He wants a response, he wants a reaction. Really laying into his team right now. They've been doing okay in this second quarter. They're only down by 6, which is the same as what was the difference between the two sides at the end of the first quarter. But they've had moments. At one point they were only down by 2. So they've really been in this game. So I think Lancaster's coach really knows that they can get into this game by no means at all. As for Salford, as for Coach Adrian, just re-going over bits, making sure that his side are switched on. As we have 1 minute 38 left in this second quarter in the first half. The cheerleaders are making some noise, and we are ready to continue this second quarter. Lancaster in possession. Guillermo. Good pressure by Mahmood. Jake Goff. Ovid is back onto the court as well for this last 85 seconds. Yanko. Barter playing it inside, and Lancaster closed that gap to 4 through Sam Carlos. Ovid picking up the ball well. It's a bit of a loose ball back to Jack. And sure enough, past the halfway line, it's out for a Lancaster ball. Once again, the Lancaster coach just speaking to his players, disciplining them, if anything, wanting his chair back as well. Less than a minute to play in this quarter, and there's a great powering run, and sure enough wins a couple free throws too, does Sam Carlos. And this is crucial before the end of the second quarter. If they can close this gap to 2, this will be a much different team talk that Coach Adrian may have. Carlos sinks the first one. Gap closed to 3. Time for a second bite of the cherry. And I think the 6th man in this game, the cheerleaders, have made a bit of an impact on the touchline, putting off Carlos there. And ball played out to Mahmood. Great fake by Mahmood, and a great 3 as well. And that's another one of the key moments in this game. Great play by Mahmood. Now it's with Rares. Foul called. Now with just about 30 seconds to play, just waiting for play to resume. Salford once again with a lead of 6, 31-25. in this game. Couple of free throw attempts now for Rares. Cheerleaders making some noise, and this time it has impacted Rares. It's 100% record from the free throw line. It's been affected. He's made 2 out of 3, and now he makes 3 out of 4. Ovid now trying to step inside and just losing possession for a moment. The gap is by 5. Now with 10 seconds to play, ball turned over to Salford. Nearly at the end of this second quarter and half, and it's been an entertaining quarter for sure. Jack now, shot's got to be on for Ovid. And he nearly makes it but that is the end of the second quarter and the end of the first half. A really entertaining quarter it was too. Points scored by Wisdom, Ovid, and also Rares, who was really impressive for Lancaster. But we're going to have a break now. Score at the end of the first half. It's Salford 31, Lancaster 26, Salford up by 5. we are nearly ready to get back underway. Quick turnaround, of course, because of that late start of the Lancaster. We had the whole altercation, but play is ready to be resumed. Ovid in possession straight away as this game gets back going for the third quarter, the second half of this tie between the University of Salford and the University of Lancaster. The gap currently 5 as Ovid steps out there to the delight of the Lancaster bench. The gap currently 5 between these two sides. Rares trying to step in, played in behind now to Ethan, who is making his first introduction into this game. Didn't feature in the first game against Liverpool, so first time we are seeing him on the cameras. Here's Philip now playing it to Ovid. Great play by Ovid, well stepped. And gets the first points of the third quarter. Stepped out of play there and ball's out of play, sorry. Wisdom can resume things. There's Charles Lewis that is putting on a bit of a high press for Lancaster. Mahmood tries to step in and Mahmood gets his pass wrong. There's a bit of a body in there and it's going to end up going the way of Lancaster. Ovid just making sure that Charlie Lewis is okay. My apologies. Played into Jake Goff now, and a three-point attempt by Sam Carlos is just wide. Here's Ethan now, out to Mahmood. Philip goes all the way to Ovid. Foul called. Salford ball on the byline. Sure enough, Salford free throw, my apologies. The officials calling something I must have missed there. Now it's for Ovid scoring the first free throw. That's 3 points for Ovid already in this quarter. Ovid now for his fourth. Didn't quite make it, but gets the rebound. Plays it back to Philip. Great catch by Philip. Great take. Mahmood. Overlapping run by Ethan. Plays it inside to Wisdom. Mahmood for three. Off the rim. Great play by Wisdom, winning the offensive rebound. And foul called. Really good start to this quarter by Salford. It's Mahmood from the 3-point line. He gets the free throw line, I should say. Mahmood once again, who has been impressive so far, sinks it once again. And that gap continues to extend. Really positive start for Salford. They're up by 10 now. Well step by Rares. Rares now for three from a tight angle, and it would have been a worldie of a shot should that have got in. Good block by Philip there. Oh, like an arrow of a ball by Philip, and Ethan just misses his catch. I believe a timeout called. First timeout of this second half. It's been an entertaining third quarter as well. just reviewing what we've seen so far. Really impressive from Wisdom in that first quarter, scoring 10 points in it, I believe. He was the marquee man in that first quarter, and as Lancaster tried to make a comeback in the second quarter, number 9 Rares for them scored 2 3-pointers. So certainly was a player that was trying to get his side back in it and was probably the main focal point. Going into this third quarter, we've seen Ovid really stepping into his own, scoring a nice layup there and scoring a free throw as well, as play gets ready to be resumed. Currently the gap is by 10, Salford up by 10 at the minute. And I think we're going to see the introduction of the captain of Salford. You can't miss him, the number 4, Cedric. Always a key player as well, as Wisdom continues. It's looking like a strong 5 that's out there for Salford. Jack has just made way to have a little break for a moment. The ball is loose and Lancaster come away with it. Nicely played back into the middle, but couldn't make it count. Wisdom driving forward. Mahmood steps well, scores. Another key player in this game. The number 14, Mahmood. Bit too much of an aggressive screen there. Foul called against Joe Kalita, his second foul of the game. Ethan moving the ball nicely. Mahmood. Ethan round the back. And he does really well, does Ethan. Coach Adrian with a celebration just in front of me from my touch point on the balcony. It was great play by Ethan, and there's another bit of great play. 3-pointers scored. And the points are starting to rain in here in the Salford Sports Centre. Nice bit of interchange, and Ethan just couldn't get it down, and he went straight into the wall there. Ethan to take the ball now on the byline. Ovid's well stepping in. And there's the celebration from Coach Adrian. Fabulous play by Ovid, who's really come into his own in this third quarter. Once again, Lancaster looking to respond. Oh, how about that for a pass? This would be some point if that 3-pointer went in. Ethan driving forward with lots of room ahead of him. Commentators curse there, not much room in the end. Well stepped, and 1 or 2 calls for a travel, but not given. I think it was just a decent step in the end by Yanko Sangu, and this gap is now 11 between these two sides. Foul called. Barter's disbelief there, saying it to the referee, making his point of view be known. Mahmood to Ovid, back to Mahmood. Speculative effort there. Driving forward this right-hand side now are Lancaster. Played in behind of Cedric, and it's a bit overhit there by Joe Kalita. Great ball in by Ethan, and Cedric gets his first points of the game, to the delight of the spectators watching on the balcony. Halfway through this third quarter, as the Salford cheerleaders cheer on their defence. And sure enough, their defence does well. Great play by Cedric. Out to Cedric now, he can gather the ball at the second attempt. Wisdom misses, which is a rarity for him. Ethan can't quite win it against Barter, and he does really well, does Botan Barter. Ethan now moving it to Cedric, faking the three, keeping the play going. Mahmood. Tame pass by Mahmood, and it's an easy layup for Lancaster. Then we're going to see the introduction of Philip and Warren too in a moment. To mirror that, Rares and Jake Goff as well for Lancaster. Couple of changes ready for either side once we have a break in play. But it's end-to-end stuff here. There's a driving run forward. That's a lovely point as well, scored by Joe Kalita. The gap reduced to 9, and Mahmood steps off the field as well as Ovid. As for Lancaster, Barter and also Kalita. Kalita, that last action of his game so far was that fabulous two-pointer he just scored. Wisdom now. Philip. Lovely ball in behind by Philip, and what a point that is. You can see Philip's reaction to it. That was a sensational reversal ball and a tidy finish as well by Warren. One of the best points we've seen so far in this game. Great ball out to Rares. Nearly gets his third three of the night on his fourth attempt. But he eventually got there. Wisdom now putting some pressure on. There's the offensive rebound foul called. It's going to be a couple free throws for Lancaster. I think Jack is getting himself ready. Jack comes on for Ethan, who's done a decent job in that 7-minute 15 cameo. And with a bit of luck, Jake Goff sinks his first three-pointer. Well, dribbles in. This to reduce the gap to 7. Doesn't get it. Philip doesn't get the defensive rebound. And now Lancaster come forward. Opportunity now for Rares. I believe Lancaster going to have another opportunity. Once again, another change. Yanko off for Sam Carlos. Rares for 3. He loves that three-point opportunity. Hasn't been as successful in this third quarter. Jack now. Great bit of play, great bit of holding off the defender. It deserves a point. A couple points as well, I should say, and Wisdom nearly giving away a foul. It deserves something there, that move. Lancaster moving the ball now. Rares. Good turn and swivel, but good defending by Wisdom. Lancaster retained possession though. Foul called. Just shy of 2 minutes on the clock. Salford still up by 8. 46-38. One of the lowest scoring games for these two sides. Given, as I mentioned earlier, Salford scoring 88 in normal time in their last game. There's a good opportunity now for Lancaster. Salford scoring 88 in their last game before overtime, where they scored over 100. And Wisdom, it dribbles in. And that's great play by the number 12. Jubilation on the touchline. Wisdom has an opportunity to extend the gap to 11. Referee just explaining to the touchline on why he's called the foul. To extend the gap to 13, I should say, and he does. 51-38. One minute 38 on the clock. 14-point gap if Wisdom sinks it. Was there ever any doubt? A couple of subs made by Lancaster in response to them 3-pointers. And free throws, I should say. Out on this left-hand side now with Rares, and he tries that three once again. I'm surprised his coach hasn't said, stop trying them. Consistent, I think that's the 4th time in this 3rd quarter. Granted, he had some success in other quarters, but that's probably the 4th time in this quarter where he's attempted that shot, and it's been a turnover of possession to Salford as Lancaster are failing to get their offensive rebounds. We got 1:13 on the clock. Good bit of play there by Jack. Great play by Jack, forcing the Guillermo to go down, and there's a cheap bit of possession given away by Lancaster. Jack moving forward now on this right-hand side, but giving away possession cheaply. With a bit of luck, Guillermo makes them pay. Reduces that gap to 12, and his reaction tells a story. He wants a response from not only him, but his team as well, and a response on the bench as well. No real excitement or enthusiasm when he made that layup. Ooh. Slight nasty contact with the goalpost on the wall there. Goalpost here at Salford Sports Centre. Wisdom now trying to make the 2, doesn't quite get there. Guillermo. 14 seconds of the clock, one of these has to go. Guillermo driving forward and couldn't find any kind of space. 4.9 on the clock. Lancaster looking to reduce that gap just before the end of this 3rd quarter as we will head into the 4th quarter, the last 10 minutes of the game. Where you'd think Salford should hang on, but if we're judging off of their last fixture, they were leading by 21 at one point, and still Sheffield College found a way back. And sure enough, how about that? Don't see that very often, do we? Absolutely wedged in. And I mean, is there any point in taking this? 0.1 on the clock right now. The second this will be taken, I think we'll hear the referee's whistle blow. Just seeing on the court the referee explaining to the officials what has been called. I think we're going to see a free throw for Lancaster at the very end of this 3rd quarter. A gift for them. First one taken. They're going to take their second present. They are indeed. And that gap is now 10. Their 3rd bite of the cherry. 3 for 3. Nicely done by Rares. His free throws have been very strong today, as that's the end of the third quarter. And I mean, it's been an entertaining one, certainly for sure. Lots of points in it, lots of play from the likes of Ovid, who was really, really impressive in that quarter, if you will. Rares also just getting them last free throws at the end, 3 free throws in a row. The cheerleaders have made a little bit of an impact, as well as all of the supporters here on the balcony around me to my left and right. And if we're heading into this final quarter, you'd expect Salford to hang on. It's about 9-point gap, their furthest lead at the end of the quarter, if you will. So you'd expect Salford to hang on. But if we're going off of last time, their last fixture against Sheffield College, there was a little bit of a bigger lead, which they did lose. So I think that's what Coach Adrian will be saying to his players. Focus on that, make sure we see this out. Of course, Lancaster, they have beaten them already by 7 away from home. So if they can keep this lead and beat them by a bigger scoreline, that'll be a big incentive for Coach Adrian and his University of Salford team. As for Lancaster, well, they are still yet to win a game in the Northern Tier 2, and if they were to find themselves back into this game, I'm sure that would be very much a custom for them. As I mentioned, they did win by 43 points in their last game against Liverpool John Moore's second team in the Cup. Should they find a way back into this game, that will certainly be something. But we're heading into this fourth quarter now. I think it's going to be the strongest 5 that will be out for Salford. You can just see the scoreboard there, up by 9 Salford. Seeing the likes who have come back out for the home side. Jack, Ovid, I believe that's Philip as well. Seeing from my vantage point, Wisdom and Warren. As for Lancaster, another shift of play. Rares stays on the field, who stays on the court, who has been my player of the match for Lancaster. Good block there, out for a Salford ball on the byline. The likes of Barter as well, who has played many minutes too. Jake Goff also featuring. Number 12 as well, Max Fasolo, as well as Yanko Sangu to get this fourth quarter underway. Ovid now back to Jack. Good shift and turn by Jack. Great bit of play. Hung up at the back, but Lancaster do well to get the defensive rebound. Can't help but notice Coach Adrian has never even taken a seat in this game. He's been constantly on his feet, almost playing every single ball. Jack moving forward now. Once again, Jack setting himself up. Nearly makes it. Philip now. Great play by Philip. What a pass again by Philip. This time not the result that he wanted at the end. Jack for 3. Just missing the basket. Phillips passing with them reversal balls. Almost doesn't even look. He's got eyes in the back of his head. Good play there by Yanko. Reduces the lead just to 7 now. Salford need a point in this fourth quarter. Wisdom misses once again. He has been brilliant today, Wisdom, but missed 1 or 2 of them layups. Good play by Ovid, good defending. There's a slight bit of tension between the two of them for either side. Ovid and Jake Goff. I think Coach Adrian is just telling his man just to see it out. Sure enough, it's going to be a Lancaster ball as well. They didn't even realise. Salford have got to get back in now to keep hold of their lead. Just over 8 minutes left to go. Still Salford up by 7. There's a real piece of confusion here right now, as Coach Adrian as the referee have a word. Sure enough, it's going to be a Lancaster free throw, which Rares takes. Real confusion at the minute. But play gets ready to resume. For 3. Sure enough, that's an amazing three-pointer, and that really puts Lancaster back in it. That gap was 9 at the start of this fourth quarter. That gap is now 3. Phillip in towards Warren, great play. Really livening up again. We're hoping no timeouts. We want to see this kind of action. Step back, Rares for 3. Doesn't quite get there. Jack makes the rebound. Phillip. Good play by Warren jumping up. Salford ball on the byline, but I think we're going to see a timeout called. We didn't want to see a timeout called. We wanted some more entertainment like we were seeing, but I think the coaches just want to keep their sides focused. Don't want this to potentially escalate away from either of them. But entertaining fourth quarter once again, and as you can see on the scoreboard, the gap is only 5 now, with 7 minutes 25 left on the clock. But Salford, as I mentioned, they did beat Lancaster by 7 away from home, and sure enough, they won their last game by 7 in the cup as well. So if you want to go off any statistics, 7-7, probably this game might end by Salford winning by 7 as well, if you'll pardon that. Salford's next game is against Manchester Metropolitan Threes in the cup. That's next Wednesday, so be sure to, if you are, get yourself down Wednesday evening at the Salford Sports Centre, like a lot of other people have done on the balcony today, to watch them play. Cup game in that one, so maybe a little bit more at stake compared to this league game, but still an entertaining league game nonetheless. And a credit to Lancaster, they're still in the cup as well after beating John Moores seconds too, but play is getting ready to resume. Salford going through their last bits of proceedings. I think Cedric is just getting himself stripped and ready to potentially come on at some point. Mahmood is entering the action for Phillip. Play resumes. Lancaster ball. Do really well to keep it out to Rares on this right-hand side, driving at Ovid. Great play by Rares. If I'm going to have to pick an MVP, it's either names probably going to think of Rares, Wisdom, Jack as well once again. Mahmood, who has also been an unsung hero so far in this game. Out this right-hand side, lovely take by Jake Goff, but couldn't quite find the layup, but does keep possession for Lancaster. Guillermo re-enters the play for Yanko Sangwe. He's getting a real wordful from his coach. Guillermo. Barter couldn't quite tie the game up. Now here comes Ovid. Mahmood setting himself up for 3. Great play by Mahmood, but the pass not so much. Foul called. Jack was trying everything he could there to avoid giving away any sort of foul. Now there's an opportunity for Lancaster. Can feel the tension in the silence as Max Fasolo steps up to reduce the gap to just 2. Doesn't so. The official once again calling against Salford. Wisdom this time. Another opportunity for Max. Doesn't take it again. 3 opportunities. This time it does go Salford's way. It is a Salford ball now. 3 opportunities there. Takes all 3 of them. We have a level game going into the last 6 minutes. Ovid, Wisdom, intercepted, and Lancaster come away. Lancaster do look the more likely out of the 2 sides right now. Great turn and great play, and there's a nice layup. That gap is now only 1. Coach Adrian bites his nails. The nerves are starting to kick in for Salford. Just like we saw against Sheffield. Their lead has been closed, but a great play by Wisdom in a crucial moment. Scores the 2 and wins a free throw. Wisdom now with the opportunity. Doesn't miss, does he? Got that down to a T. Rares now. It's always going to be hard to get a 3-pointer past Wisdom. Sure enough, he gets dispossessed, and this is what Salford really need. It was going to go all the way to Wisdom, out towards Jack. Now he just can't get it down. Mahmood is on the edge. Ovid now with possession. Ovid can't quite get there. Nice step. Barter. Crowded out in the end. And Wisdom has gone down. That won't count. Wisdom goes down and stays down for a moment. Hopefully nothing serious. Just on his right foot. Seems to be moving relatively okay. Just needs a moment. That would be crucial for Salford in their last 5 if a marquee player like Wisdom was to depart the field of play, the area of play. Decent effort by Barter. Here comes Jack now, with Wisdom behind him. Uses Ovid, trying to find that reversal ball. Wisdom, Jack. Ovid. Travel called. With 4 minutes 35 on the clock, this gap, it's only 4 now. This is certainly going to be a nail-biting end to this fixture. Up for 3 and makes the 3 as well. A look of the scoreboard too tells Lancaster all they need. Lovely bit of play by Guillermo. It's gone quiet around the Salford Sports Centre. Max Fasolo steps in. Foul called. Can see Wisdom's frustration telling Ovid what he wants from him. And sure enough, with 2 free throw opportunities, Jack departs for Ethan. Surprise call there, if I must say, by Lancaster. Rares goes off. First free throw missed. This to tie the game, though, for the first time since the first quarter. Missed again, and there have been opportunities for Lancaster, and sure enough in that offensive rebound, Barter just took a slight knock there. Guillermo with pressure from Wisdom. Good play by Wisdom. As I was saying, one of these marquee players. But a great bit of play in the end by Max Fasolo to get himself back in. .344 on the clock. There is tension all around the Sports Centre. Max trying to find half a yard of space. Played towards Guillermo. And there you go, Lancaster have the lead for the first time since the first quarter. They're up by 2 and Salford need a response. This game has been a lot more close than we thought it would be in that fourth quarter. I said at the break you'd expect Salford to go on and take this victory. I might be made to eat my own words as Lancaster have a 2-point lead with 3 points to go. The cheerleaders tried to cheer them on. They've given away possession cheaply. Salford back on possession now. Salford yet to pick up a loss so far this season. This really would be an upset. Already beaten Lancaster once this year. Ethan with a slight trip and knock, but the officials don't see anything of it. As here comes Max Fasolo. That point won't be given. Couple of changes now. 2:39 on the clock. 2 points in it. Wisdom departs the field of play for Phillip. Ethan moving forward now. Salford need a hero. Phillip. Ethan steps inside with the opportunity. Can't quite take it. Lancaster will take all their time they can, all the time they can. We're moving forward now. Foul called once again. Too much of the leg used in the screen by Cameron Rofe. Ovid now. Can't quite get one of his mazy runs. Ethan. Warren. Mahmood. Oh, Ovid stepping inside. And now we have a level game. Could go either way now. Oh, what about that for a three-pointer? Just when you need a player to step up, Yanko has. Mahmood now trying to step in field, trying to step in. Whistle was to the official's mouth. He didn't blow. Wisdom begging to get himself onto the court. 1 minute 20 to play. 3 points in it, separated by that Yanko incredible three-pointer. The only three-pointer he scored in this game. Now here comes Ovid. Salford have an opportunity taken and free throw given. Nail-biting end to this tie. 1 point in it. Couple of substitutions now for Lancaster. This has really been some ending to what has been a fabulous fixture. And the Bucks in the Northern Tier 2. It's Warren with the opportunity to level the game. And he does so successfully. And I believe a timeout has been called. And thank goodness a timeout has been called. We all need a moment to just steady ourselves to react to what has just happened there. That is a level game going into the last, give or take, 70 seconds of this tie. As I said at the end of that third quarter, you'd expect Salford to hang on to their lead they had. But as I mentioned, with their last performance against Sheffield, it was a much bigger lead than what they had. And Sheffield still found the way. And this tie against Lancaster has been proven no different. We've got 69 seconds to go, regarding maybe any more timeouts that we may see. The coaches are just going through their last minute discussions. It's been a really fabulous, entertaining game, and really does show off the popularity of basketball within the UK, particularly at the university level. Of course, 62-62, nothing between them two as we go into the last 70 seconds. Really, really entertaining stuff. It'll be interesting to see what 5 Salford put out, what 5 Lancaster put out. If I'm thinking of anything that we've seen so far, we're going to see the likes of Rares for Lancaster. We might see the likes of Joe Kalita, Jake Goff as well. Guillermo too, who has been fabulous for Lancaster. As for Salford, we can see the 5 now. Philip is out there, as well as Wisdom, Mahmood, and also Ethan. Lots of pressure on the Salford players in front of their home crowd. This is going to be a tense ending as we get back underway, trying to set it up. Guillermo, as I expected. Barter, that was also a name. Rares is also featuring for Lancaster. Here comes Salford now. Philip, he's got Ethan behind him. Wisdom trying to power his way through, and a foul called. Salford have possession on the byline. We've got 43 seconds left on the clock. A free throw, for Salford. Wisdom, who hasn't missed one of these so far today, in the pressurised opportunity. The man who always lives up to the pressure. Lives up to his name as well. This to give Salford a crucial 2-point lead. Doesn't miss, does he? Always finds a way. And another timeout called. I said we might see a second timeout called in these last few stages. Great play by Wisdom there to really steady any more nerves. We've got 43.4 seconds on the clock. A 2-point lead for Salford. They continue to lead in this game. As I was saying earlier, Lancaster have only led in this game in the first quarter with the first few points scored. Sure enough, as we come into this fourth quarter, they dug themselves back into it. They found a way to really narrow this game and cause all of these timeouts that we're seeing right now. Sure enough, I can see there's a few more spectators round us up here on the balcony. A few more people have got themselves here for the last 43 seconds of this game. The Salford's next game is against Man Met. 3s in the cup. I don't think that'll be on any of the Salford players' heads right now. Again, it'll be interesting to see what 5 Coach Adrian puts back out. Will we see the like of Jack? Will we see the like of Cedric? Just to see out this game. Mahmood steps onto the field of play as well. No Jack, no Cedric. Ethan once again. Sam Carlos is on for Lancaster as they come forward now. Rares as well. That's who Salford have got to look out for. I think that's why Ovid has stepped onto him. Charging forward now. Chance for Barter. Oh, and it double bounce off the rim, but it goes out for a Lancaster ball. 28 seconds on the clock now. At this moment, every pass, every shot, everything counts. Ethan trying his best to put off any sort of Lancaster move. Wisdom looking for an interception. Played out to Max Fasolo. Intercepted by Wisdom. Ovid now. Lancaster need that ball back. Foul called. Perhaps overly aggressive by Rares. And now Ovid has the opportunity to get this game out of Lancaster's reach. Big moment. Salford Sports Centre falls silent as Ovid extends the lead to 3. Now is the pressure shot. Biggest moment of the match. Cue the silence. He sinks it. A crucial moment. Lancaster need 4 now. They've got to throw everything at Salford. He's found the way though, Max Fasolo. And sure enough, it's 66-64. They have to try and get back into it. Ethan, though, to seal the game. And it's Salford's day now. They're up by 4. There's only 3.5 seconds left. I believe a timeout has been called. There's no way back for Lancaster now. The home side have found a way. Crucial moments from the likes of Wisdom, Ovid and Ethan there, who I said made a little cameo earlier. He's made a major impression in them last few stages. Coach Adrian just talking through his side, just see this out. There's only 3.5 seconds to go. Surely now this is Salford's tie. It's been an incredibly entertaining game. Do hope you have enjoyed the coverage across Shock Extra. Coach Adrian just sailing his side. Again, this last 5 will probably be, last 5 on the court will probably be the last 5 that we saw earlier. Adrian with a smile on his face. You can feel that his side are there. And there's probably going to be a huge cheer to erupt around the balcony and around the area of play. It's going to be a Lancaster ball. The cheerleaders cheer on Salford. Last few moments. Lancaster have to go for it if they are to even try. Intercepted by Philip. At this point, every 0.2 counts. 0.6 down. The switch is on. Barter doesn't make it. Salford win. In a hard-fought victory in the end. Salford win by 4 against a tough Lancaster side. I mean, huge credit to Lancaster for finding their way back into this game. But Salford grind it out. That's their 5th victory in a row. And from the likes of Wisdom, Mahmood, Ovid, Ethan, Jack, Warren, across the whole team, a really good performance from Salford. If I'm going to pick my MVP, looking at the team sheet, probably going to have to say, I'm going to give it to Mahmood today. was going to give it to Wisdom, but we gave it to Wisdom last time. Mahmood, unsung hero. Really good performance from him. And it ends here. A fabulous performance. Do hope you have enjoyed the coverage across Shock Extra. And it's here, University of Salford 68, University of Lancaster 64, Salford win by 4.
This is Shock Extra. This is Shock Extra. Shock's cheeky